Hey, you guys, and welcome. This is Wilda from slmworkfromhome.com, and thank you guys so much for joining me. If you are on this course here, I know you want to learn how to earn from home with Arise, and this is your fast start guide. Now, just a little bit about me. I started with Arise a few years ago. I could have started with Arise sooner, but I let fear get in my way. I didn't know anything about the internet. And this is way back when I didn't even know how to order anything from online. So I just want to give you guys a high five and a pat on the shoulder because you guys are taking this serious and understanding that you can earn from home. This is the new normal, and we're going to go ahead and get started. All right, and just a little bit about Arise. So, Arise is a work from home platform, and with this platform, they're able to connect Fortune 500 companies to service providers. So, service providers would be us. Either that would be your IBO, or you as a sole proprietor, or you working as a customer service representative under an IBO. Arise does operate as a business to business company. Um, you're able to service with Arise if you live in most of the states in the USA and also in Canada. Like I said before, the clients for Arise are Fortune 500 companies. You may have heard of some of these companies. You may even use some of these companies every day. And the great thing about Arise is that it's helped many people work from home way before working from home was a normal thing or a necessity. And this is one of the things that draws people to Arise. Basically, you get to do the work that you want to do, and you get to do it on your own terms. There's no office, there's no boss, and you get to work on your own schedule that you created for yourself. So, as a service partner, you're going to be providing customer service support from the comfort of your own home. Like I said, making your own schedule, having the freedom and the flexibility to spend more time with your family, and just basically do whatever makes you happy. So, when you're using the platform, you are your own boss. You're not an employee of Arise or of the clients you service, but you are an independent contractor according to the guidelines of the IRS. And you can find out more information about that on the website irs.gov and just search contractor. Okay, so if you haven't done so already, you're going to want to sign up with Arise and register to service on the platform. Now, there's three ways that you can service on the platform. You can service as a sole proprietor, independent business owner, or a customer service provider, a CSP. So here are the main differences. So if you register on Arise as an independent business owner, you do have to sign up as a business. You have to be a legitimate business with an EIN number with a business account. Now, being an IBO, you are able to bring CSPs aboard in your micro call center to service for your call center. And then you would be doing all the legwork as far as training, as far as sending out payments, invoicing the customer service providers. So it's a real business, and that's one of the differences in being an IBO versus a customer service provider. Now, being a customer service provider, a CSP, you would be working underneath the IBO. And basically, you can just sign up with a regular bank account with your social security number, and you would be able to service. Your IBO would hold your hand and basically mentor you on the platform. They would guide you. They would send payments to your bank account, and you pretty much just have to worry about logging in and servicing the client. Now, as a sole proprietor, the main difference is you are not working underneath an independent business owner, so you don't have to pay a fee towards that IBO. But when you do sign up as a sole proprietor, you are pretty much on your own as far as the learning curve of being on the platform. You do need a bank account to receive your payment through invoices, and you are not able to recruit any customer service providers underneath you. So you would basically just be on the account as well. And also for customer service providers, you're not able to recruit anyone to work underneath you, just the IBO. So that's totally up to you once you register, how you want to be set up on the platform, whether you want to be a sole proprietor, a customer service provider, or whether you want to start your own micro call center as an IBO and have customer service providers work underneath you. Now, when you do have the independent business owner, if you do register as an IBO, you can service in your own business as well. All right. So if you are deciding to service on the Arise platform as a customer service provider, what you want to do is you want to choose an IBO. When you're filling out your registration, you want to put in your IBO's code. And if you don't have an IBO, you definitely want to take a look and do your research on the IBOs that are available. Now, Arise.com does have a list of IBOs that you can choose from. They don't necessarily endorse those IBOs, so you definitely have to do your research. Reach out to the IBOs, ask questions, find out what their how they run their call center, and see if there's any other things that you need to know before you choose the IBO that you want to service underneath. Now, if you do need step-by-step instructions on how to register on the Arise platform underneath an IBO, I do have a PDF guide for you that shows you step-by-step how to register, and that'll be available for you. Okay, now on to documents. So after you've registered on the Arise platform, when you go back in, the first thing that you're going to see is some paperwork that you have to sign. And the main paperwork that you have to sign is the non-disclosure agreement. So with this agreement, you're basically agreeing to not letting anyone know any information about the Arise clients and also any of the inner workings of the Arise platform, which is why I can't really show you anything past here, unless you are registered with Arise. So with the non-disclosure agreement, there are some clients that they don't want the whole world to know that they use customer service providers through the Arise network or customer service providers online, period. So with that no disclosure agreement, you are bound to that once you sign. Also, another document that you can sign, if you sign up under an IBO, most likely you're going to have a contract with your IBO. And what's in the contract, it basically just depends on that independent business owner and how they run their call center. Another piece of paperwork that you're going to sign is an affidavit. With the affidavit, you're basically just letting Arise know who you are. You're going to have to show your ID. You're going to have to take a picture with your ID as well. So you want to take a picture with yourself holding your ID, not blocking your face. Your IBO will give you complete instructions on how to do that. Or you can also contact Arise through support and they'll let you know exactly how to do your affidavit. And then the next piece of information that you're going to provide to Arise is the background check. Now, I do know with the lockdowns that started roughly about 18 months ago, they did stop some of the background checks. but everything's going back to normal now, slowly and surely. Another document that you will have to sign, but this is way after you're done with your training, is a statement of work that you're going to get from the client. Depending on if you have an IBO or not, that statement of work is, it's like a contract because you're an independent contractor. So that statement of work will flow through your IBO, or if you're a sole proprietor, you'll be able to get that paperwork on your own. Okay, now there are a few checks that you're going to be doing on the Arise platform before you can sign up for a client. And we are here in the equipment portion. So one of the checks that you're going to be doing is the technical check. And when you do the technical check, you're just going to be clicking a button and it'll run through the system and check your equipment. So it's going to check that your computer is hardwired to your modem. It's going to check your computer speed. It's going to check your software, your memory. So it's a real quick check. And basically anywhere that the technical check stops, or if you don't pass the technical check, it'll show you where the issue is and what you can do to fix that. So if the technical check stops and it shows that you need to be connected to your modem, you'll be able to see that. So you'll be able to do a little bit of troubleshooting. Now, as far as the equipment goes, for the equipment that you'll need for the platform, it's just basic equipment for working from home. You definitely know that you need a computer, and you can use a laptop. You can use a laptop with 2 monitors, just so you can have more space to see your workspace, or you can just have a regular desktop. For some of the clients, you may need a dial pad, or you can just use a USB headset. As far as your mouse and your keyboard, you do need to have that hardwired, so it can't be Bluetooth, or it can't be wireless. It does need to, everything needs to be connected through wires. Also, depending on the client that you choose, you may need to have a USB, so you can have the ASD. All right, and that's just some basic equipment that you'll need to work online with Arise, or really with any company at all. The basic setup is a computer, your keypad, your mouse, and definitely a headset to be able to communicate either with the client or with your trainer. Now, I do have a basic equipment setup guide, and I'll have that available for you as a part of your resources. Now, depending on what you have now, you may need more equipment or less equipment depending on the client that you choose. Like I said, each client is different. So with some clients, you may need a dial pad, and with some clients, you just you're taking calls directly from your computer through a USB headset, and it's really just that simple. Okay. Okay, so once you finish signing all your paperwork, you'll be able to log back in, and the opportunity board will be available to you. So this is where you get to pick a client. You'll be able to see all the clients that are available to you, and you just want to make a decision on picking your client based on your lifestyle. So what type of person are you? What type of time do you have available? Because there are some clients that they close at a certain hour, and then there are clients that are available 24 hours. So you can definitely service overnight. Are you a night owl? So you want to use that as a criteria. And then you also want to choose based on your personality. So do you want to service a client where the customers are irate a lot of the time, or do you want to service clients who are happy to have somebody to service them, maybe help them choose a package? and that's totally up to you. I know I was watching a woman. She was saying that, she was working from home, not for a rise, but she was working for her home, and she was dealing with billing customers, and she said she would love it when they would get irate. And some people, it's just based on your personality. But if you're not into that, you can definitely choose another client that goes with your personality. Also, you want to choose your client based on the economy. Um, so you want to choose well a client that is in an industry that is essential. So no matter what's going on in the world, that client will um, be able to have their program. And then also you want to choose your client based on your financial goals. So we're here to get paid, right? So we want to know how much is this client paying, and for what type of work, and is it worth it? Will I be able to make the amount of money that I want to make? So you want to choose your client based on that. So those are just a few criteria that you can use to choose your client. I know you may have some other criteria or some other standards for yourself. So once you do pick a client, when you get in the system, you want to pick a training class. Okay. Um, and then once you pick a training class, there's a few more things that you have to do. So they're going to want for you to do a voice check. Most of the times that I did a voice check for a client, I was able to do it on my phone. You just put in your cell phone number or your house phone number, and then you can do the voice check there. And it's really easy. It's just having you repeat some words. It'll tell you some words jumbled up, and you just have to unjumble them. There's also sometimes a client will have you do an assessment, and um, when you're out working in the real world, sometimes the places that you want to get employed will ask you to do an assessment. And just a little tip here, if it's one of those assessments where they ask you on a scale between less likely, most likely, or I agree, or I totally agree, just a tip to pass that, you want to choose everything on the far extreme. So if it's less likely, you don't want to put most likely, kind of likely. You want to put less likely, and that's it. Or if it's I kind of agree, I sort of agree, you don't want to do that. You want to put I completely agree. All right, so you want to do it, whatever you choose, you want to choose the one that's at the end of the spectrum. And then another thing to consider when picking your training class is your schedule. So I know when I first started working, when I first started earning income on Arise, I did have a 9 to 5, and I had to pick my training class after I got off work. So depending on what your schedule is, you might do your training class based around your family, if you have children, or just based around a time that you'll be able to be focused in the class. And then once you choose a training class, do yourself a favor and pay for it right away. Because sometimes those training classes, they go fast. Sometimes you're like, oh, I don't know, maybe you forget to pay, or you're just like, I'll do it later, and you try to go back in, and then that class is gone. Trust me, it happened to me before, where I thought I was signed up for a class, and I was not signed up for that class, and I had to wait some more time to sign up for the class again. So don't let that happen to you. Do everything. Do your voice check, assessment, any other checks that they want you to do, and then just pay for it right away so you can have the time slot that you want and need. Okay, so you've signed up for your class, and now it's time to work on passing certification. Now, I want you to have fun, but also take it serious. So, with certification, you're going to be meeting your trainer for the first time, and you're also going to be meeting people that are in your class from all over. The United States. You're going to get to meet new people, make new friends, but take it serious because we are here to get through the certification and to get paid. All right. So before certification starts, you're going to start getting some emails from your trainer. They're basically going to guide you through anything that needs to be done before class starts. And then also you'll have what is called pre-work. So with pre-work, you're basically going to be doing modules pertaining to the client, pertaining to how to navigate through certification. So you want to do that and get that done before class officially starts on the first day of class, because it's going to help you a lot. Now, when you are in class, I want you to ask a lot of questions. Don't just sit there knowing that you need help. Ask questions. There's no such thing as a stupid question. And if you ask the question, most likely somebody else had that same question, or maybe it'll spark another question from somebody else. That way you can understand a little bit more what's going on. Also, I want you to participate. It's working from home is one thing. Learning from home. If you have any kids, or if you were in school, and you were in school at home, sometimes your mind can just wander. So you just want to make sure that you participate. That way you can stay focused in class, and also you want to show your trainer that you are interested in the client. And then finally, you just want to pass your certification. Once you're done with all your training, there's going to be one test at the end. Don't get nervous. It's really a very easy test. I don't know anyone who didn't pass their test. Just focus. Take notes while you're in certification, and just do your homework. Now, certification can be a little bit time consuming. Just be prepared for that, and just do a little bit at a time so you don't get behind. All right. Now, there are some certification classes where towards the end, you are able to get paid while you're learning. So you'll be able to take a few calls, and the calls that you take, you will be able to get a short statement of work to get paid while you learn. All right. So you'll know when you check your clients, it'll tell you that you have that option to earn while you learn. All right. All right. So the moment you have been waiting for since you signed up with Arise. So towards the end of your certification, your trainer is going to walk you through going in the system to choose hours to service for your client. They're also going to, teach you about everything as far as how the intervals go. So that's really good, especially if you don't have an IBO. Your trainer will be able to show you that. Now, you're going to set your schedule based on your lifestyle, and your work-life balance. And then you're just going to start servicing. You're going to be able to log in and go in and service the client. Now, on that first day, whether online or offline, it can be a little nerve-wracking and nervous, but more so online because, you're in your home servicing. It's not like you can raise your hand and flag someone down. So don't worry, don't panic. You're going to have so many resources. You're going to have resources from certification. You're going to have resources from Arise, and you're also going to have resources from the client. And then also, while you're servicing, there are people that you can chat with, sort of like managers, that will be able to assist you if you need any help. And don't worry, it's the first day, so everyone knows that you may need a little extra help. So don't be afraid to ask for help. So once you start servicing, just focus on Being nice. Any customer service job that I've ever had offline, my my leads would just tell me, just be nice. Don't worry about if you're not sure about what to do. Make sure you're nice and just have those basic customer service skills. And just take a deep breath. You are getting paid, so take a deep breath and relax. Getting paid. All right, now this is the main reason that we all signed up to be on the Arise platform, is to get paid. Now, in order to get paid, you must have a bank account for direct deposit. Arise does send out the invoices to your IBOs or to sole proprietors via direct deposit. So you must have a bank account. Um, and then also there's a payment calendar. So Arise does pay out twice a month, and on that calendar it shows what days of the month that those payments go out, and when they should be deposited into your account. If you have an IBO, they should give you that schedule, that calendar that shows the deposits. And if you are a sole proprietor, you can also get that calendar directly from Arise. Now, more ways that you can get paid with Arise is simply for being a great independent contractor. So if you service the hours that you said you were going to service without dropping, we do know that things happen, but if you have a high percentage rate of servicing the times that you said you were going to service, if your quality scores are awesome, you do have an opportunity to get higher pay either from Arise or from the client, and that's just for higher pay for performance. Another way that you can get paid from Arise is from referrals. Now, you can be a CSP and a sole proprietor and get a referral bonus. Now, the way you get that bonus is when you share your CSP ID number with anyone that wants to join the Arise platform. When they register, they just put your number in, and depending on if Arise is having a referral bonus at the time, you would be able to get paid for referrals. Now, I have seen the bonus upwards in the $200 per referral. So imagine if you get 5 referrals, that's $1,000. If they join the platform, they pass certification, and they service for, I believe, 60 intervals, something like that. When they do have the referrals, they do give you all the details. So that's another way to get paid. And then another way to get paid, this is solely for the IBOs, is through your CSPs. Now, IBOs do charge the CSPs, whether it's a monthly fee or a percentage of pay. That is between you and your CSPs and the contract that you have with your CSPs. So that's another way to get paid on the Arise platform. Okay, let's talk about work-life balance. So, when you are servicing on the Arise platform, the clients and Arise do want you to have a quiet background, a quiet environment. So, if you have children or pets, you just want to let them know that you are the times that you are servicing, you want to come up with systems so that there's no noise in the background. If you have a newborn, I know that can be a little bit difficult, so you may need help from someone else, or set up a schedule to where you're able to service when the background is quiet. Also, you want to set up a special place to service so that when you sit down, this is the time where I'm going to work. So it's like a mental thing. Also, you want to take care of yourself mentally, emotionally, and physically. You want to do self-care. So when you're scheduling your work hours, your work intervals, you want to schedule in the times that you know that you would need a break. Schedule for lunch. When you eat, you want to eat for energy. You don't want to have any heavy meals. You want to eat something light or something that's going to give you energy, to help you along in the day. Also, um, during the week, you want to schedule some time in to move your body. It doesn't necessarily have to be this heavy exercise. You can take a walk. Um, I know for me, there's this woman on YouTube. She has a show called Walk from Home, and you can literally do a mile in your home, with her videos. And then, of course, you want to get some fresh air. Depending on the time of the year, you want to get some sunlight. And you also want to socialize. Take some time out to communicate with someone other than, the other person, um, on the other side of the phone. So you want to maybe call a family member, speak to your neighbors, talk to your family at home, just for your mental health, your spiritual health, and your physical health. Ooh. So here it is, you're having a great day. You just had your coffee, you're smiling, and then you get a customer on the line that's irate, and they are upset and they are messing up your day. So the first thing that you want to do is don't take it personal. Okay, so it's not the customer is upset and it has nothing to do with you. They may be upset at the company. They may be upset because they have some personal issues going on, and it has nothing to do with you. So do not take it personal. What you want to do is follow the steps that the client has for de-escalating a customer. Sometimes they really give you enough power to sometimes give a customer a discount or refunds, or anything just to make them happy. Some of the clients do give you the power to do that. So you want to follow the steps in order that the client has for you to de-escalate the customer. Another thing to when dealing with irate customers is to put yourself in their shoes. How many times have you called a company or had to deal with a company that was not doing what they were supposed to be doing, or you felt like they weren't treating you the way that they promised? Okay. Another way is just to take a deep breath. Take a deep breath. Don't let anyone get you out of character. And then also, if the customer insists and doesn't want to speak with you, depending on the steps that your client has, you want to just get them to a supervisor if they insist. Now, as a sole proprietor, CSP, or an IBO, you will have expenses to operate on the Arise platform. Now, the good news is you may already have the items that you need, or you're already using the services. Some of the expenses that you'll have are internet service. Most likely you already had that before. Phone service. You may not have had that one, but you can get that through your internet service provider in most cases. Equipment. So if you needed to add monitors, or you know a workstation, whatever you decided to get for your work from home journey. Also, there is a platform fee. That's an expense. And if you are a CSP, your IBO does charge a fee or a percentage. This is not the total expenses that you have. You also have expenses, let's say, for training. So definitely keep that in mind when you are working on the platform. So taxes are not taken from your payment from Arise. So as a CSP or a sole proprietor, you are considered a 1099 independent contractor. And you can go on the irs.gov for more information. So what you want to do is you do want to track all your expenses. You may be able to write off a portion of what you spent during the year. Now, quick disclaimer, I am not a tax professional, and this is not tax advice or legal advice. So for me, working with Arise, or just working from home, period, is the beginning of the journey to freedom. Um, when you work from home, you do have more control of your time, and basically, you bought a little bit of your time back. You have more control to be with your family, to do the things that you love on your time. So you definitely want to buy back more of your time. And the way to do that is to start a passive income stream. Whether you start a YouTube channel, I have seen some people that vlog their work from home day. They weren't necessarily with Arise, but while they were working from home, they were creating a YouTube channel that will in the future generate passive income for them. Um, you don't have to do YouTube. You can create an ebook. You can create an online course. Maybe sell a product online. You can blog. You can blog. Um, you just basically want to create something that's going to be working on autopilot, earning you money while you're working, spending time with your family, or sleeping. You want to have as many income streams as possible. So, once again, I want to congratulate you on taking the first step in getting more information on working from home through Arise. So, wherever you are in your journey with getting started, if you haven't signed up, go ahead and sign up. Take action. If you haven't chosen a client, go ahead and choose a client. If you haven't chosen a class for training, or looked at some of the other clients, go ahead and do that so you can start servicing and you can start getting paid from working from home. All right. So I thank you guys so much for spending this time with me. Congratulations again, and good luck on your work from home journey.